Hi, hello. Um, I'm still thinking about Castaway. It's fun. You could probably think about this movie forever. um, Yesterday I was thinking about it, and there I made a little progress. So in Castaway, excuse me, there's this great love affair between Chuck Nolan and Kelly Frears. He gets separated by a plane crash, and then he's stuck until he decides to leave the island, which is a giant risk. He could die at sea or trying. But he loves Kelly Frears that much that he risks his life to just drift on the open ocean and get back to her. But when he gets back to her, she's moved on. It's amusing. He she's he's is so amusing because he's frustrated on the island the whole time. Stuff doesn't work right. He gets hurt. Is a desert island stuff. It's not a picnic. Then he gets back and it's more trouble. She's just unavailable. Even though she says you were or are the love of my life. It's ridiculous. So where I'm at on it is it's a cautionary it's a cautionary story because they don't live happily ever after. There's there's this image which I took a look at and I thought he's holding a candle, which is a giant metaphor. It has to be some sort of giant metaphor for what that island is or what he's doing. He's holding a candle for Kelly Frears. So that's making some kind of statement about you can't if you hold candles for people, you'll miss out on having your chance to be with them. If he holds a candle, it's not the same thing as a long distance relationship. People in long distance relationships are in contact with each other somehow. They write letters, they talk on the phone. He is in separation, which means that it's an idea. He's holding space on someone as an idea, and you can't live that way. It's picture it with anything else. It's like, I'm gonna be president. I'm gonna hold a candle in space for being the president of the United States. It's a bit of a fantasy. It's well wishing, and that's not gonna get you what you want. So, I think this story is a bit of a cautionary tale, saying if you want someone, you have to tell them. If you're interested in Kelly Frears, you have to let her know. And it goes one step further to say you have to have that kind of courage and momentum to walk the plank and drift. Like he's risking everything. You have to do something to get. So I don't know. That's where I was last week, which is a really neat read on this story. It's saying it's a cautionary tale, but then I got stuck because there's also the angel lady with the wings and the package that he held on to in the plane crash. All the mail, he works for UPS. All the mail drifted to the island, or at least some of it. And he was opening stuff to try and help with survival. Except for one that had wings on it. So he figured he'd hold on to his job. And if he made it back to the mainland, he'd carry that communication. He'd have that package. It's a neat story. So that's where I was yesterday. This week is there's more to this story. It's not just a cautionary tale. There's more to this story because there's two women on that island. There's Kelly Frears and there's the UPS lady. Where I was yesterday on this is he can't possibly belong, as though even though it's such a romance, he can't possibly belong with Kelly Frears because she wasn't holding a candle. Kelly Frears was not holding a candle. And then it asks the question, if that is your partner, if that that is your number one partner, I found my person in life. And she dies, do you move on? And then you move on, remarry, and then you die, and then she's standing there, and then you and this giant family that you had with someone else is standing there, and it's like, oh, fantastic. You think of those couples like, what is, I can't remember, Walter Muntz, I think, from Up, the old man in the chair. You think of stuff like that, him and his wife. Two old people who have their own chairs sitting in the living room. A lot of people cried when they saw those two. I don't know. This story is saying you have to find someone that loves you just as much as you love them. There can't be. Chuck's got one-sided love this entire time. It's sad. He loves Kelly Frears more than she loves him. And that's what Wilson is. Is Chuck getting this life lesson that he has to let go of Kelly Frears. It's not he has is not some great romance. So I'm trying to figure out who the UPS lady is in the story. This I'm not I can't possibly be done with this story until I understand who and what the UPS lady means. And to look at that, a great way to probably do it is to remove everything but the UPS lady. So Chuck works for the UPS, FedEx, and he's a manager of some kind. He gets in a plane crash. He crash lands on an island. All sorts of mail and things wash up on shore. Some of it he tries to use for survival, except for one piece of mail that has wings on it. He's going to hold on to his job and get that one. When he gets rescued, he's going to return with that one piece of mail because it looked important to someone. He finally comes to the realization that no one's going to show up and find this little island. And he decides to make it back to the mainland. He let go of his friend that kept him company on the island, little beach ball. He makes it back, and he delivers the piece of mail to someone, and she's a kind woman. that doesn't mind seeing him. The end. What I get from that story is that Chuck Nolan is a dutiful person. And in a way, he's in service of whoever sent that piece of mail. Which, in a way, that kind of reminds me of Taming of the Shrew. So, Chuck is in service to this woman. He's he's gone out and he's risking everything to get back to her. Um by the end of the story, you see that they like each other. And they lived happily ever after. Um, Taming of the Shrew is interesting. It's it's you could sum it up by the very end of where he basically gets down on one knee and kisses her hand. There's a lot of thundering in that story where people are yelling at each other and stomping around the room. And by the end of it, he's down on one knee, kissing her hand, and she's smiling back. It's people living for each other. It's there's stuff that is he ate her food. He ate her food, kept her awake, and tore up her dress. And by the end of it, he's the perfect gentleman. But this story, I get the feeling that Chuck falls in love. This story leaves on a note of hope. And I get the sense that Chuck fell in love with the UPS lady, which is who he was supposed to fall in love with, I guess. But there's a Kelly Frears that says, "You're the greatest love of my life." But it doesn't make sense that she remarried. She can't possibly be the love of his life. Is the idea of, can you, does it make sense for people to hold a candle for, can you hold a candle for a dead person? Can you hold a candle for a dead person? It's weird. Can you long for someone who has passed on? Does that make sense? Marriage says till death do us part. Does it diminish Walter Muntz's uh, marriage, the love that he had with his wife, if he remarries? These are all questions that help to understand what's going on in this story. Where I'm gonna leave it is right now is Chuck Nolan. Is that his name? Kelly? Yeah, Chuck Nolan. He fell in love, but he was actually in service to a different woman. And thank goodness, because Kelly Frears did not love Chuck Nolan enough. Let me tell you, if I fall in love like Chuck Nolan and Kelly Frears, and I die first, and I look on, she better be sitting alone. She better be sitting alone. I want her on a desert island. Dude, she could do like book club with friends or play video games, something. No male friends, none of that. You want them to stare at a picture of before they fall asleep or something like Chuck. But that's part of the problem of the story, isn't it? Is that that's what he was doing. He was longing for Kelly Frears, which means he wanted something. It's not to say people can't have wants, but is he being dark about it? Is that shadow stuff? He's going through a lot of pain. Is that I thought it was interesting that there's the metaphor of Wilson, which could suggest that he just liked her face. It could suggest that he just liked her face a lot. It turns you can start saying things like that because she didn't wait for him. She moved on after presumed dead. I guess this what I can't figure it out if this story's healthy or not. Because they say till death do us part. And people seem to want more than that. Till death do us part. I don't know. I think there's there's something to say about space, longing, and finding that special someone. And being in service to only that person. He had to let go of the Kelly Frears in order to be able to walk into that woman's house. Kelly Frears was actually unavailable. It's weird. It almost suggests that it's daydreaming, but would they have eventually divorced, those two? I don't know. I'm still figuring this one out. It's Castaway's a good movie though. There's something to say about longing and him having to create space in order to find that special woman. I guess you have to create space. I don't know. I just thought of that. It's probably not it. It's some. I'm gonna keep thinking about Castaway. It's this is a 25, 26 year old movie. Okay. Well, if you're listening to this, thanks for listening.